Hey everybody, we've got some good news with these Prado rear doors, the adjustment and how it all works, bada bing bada boomski. And the other important factor, I was wrong. Now let me explain. We've got the sun here in effect, but let me explain what's going on here. Now I've worked on bloody cars for a while, and when I've worked on cars for many years, you've always been able to loosen off these torque spit screws, which are often 25s. And it's like a captive nut in between the body material of the car. So you loosen off and you can adjust it in and out, up and down. And I've never tried to adjust a Prado one on the side door because I've never needed to, because it's Toyota quality. It was always other makes and models. Let's not bag them out though. Let's just get back to the one at hand. And then we come to this rear door, which obviously early days when cars are new, I didn't get to, need to adjust these for any reason. And then later on, look, years ago, I thought I was able to adjust these up, down, in and out. But in recent years, every time I've tried to adjust one, I couldn't move it. So I came to the conclusion that for some reason, these Prado 150 and probably the 120 rear door striker plates are not adjustable, which is absolutely wrong. Now, what happens is, I can only assume, from being old and exposed to the elements, water, salt air maybe, some corrosion from the moisture, the dust, the dirt, these nuts in here, or this nut plate, whatever it is behind there, I'm not a panel beater, I haven't cut one open to have a look, but they must get really stuck. So what I've done this time, because I've got John Doe, we're going to call him John Doe because he won't give me even his first name, so his name might be John, but we don't know, so John Doe is good as anything, right? John Doe, he texted me a couple of months ago going, oh yeah, it's adjustable, you just do that. I'm going, bull crap, mate. You know, I've done it and I know I'm the Prado specialist and whatever, and you must be, I don't know where you're getting your info from. You must be thinking, normally they are, but you're wrong this time. It's not. Literally, that's what I'm, saying, thinking, and that's my train of thought. Now, you might know these ones. Are they adjustable or not? I don't know. And there's a support piece there that kaon.com.au, make a bigger one. Don't forget the discount code 4 diesel. You might have seen the video where I replaced this recently, and a lot of people are going to need to do that because I've had to do it on all the vehicles. They're only about 30-40 bucks, so not too bad. But anyway, he's gone, he's sending me screenshots of the instructions, and I'm going, yeah, but I've done it. Have you actually done it? Then he sends me a video of one that looks like a 150 Prado. You can see the light here, and he's got the pry bar in here, and he's pushing it out, and he's got a hammer or something, he's tapping in, and it's clearly moving, and I'm like, bugger me, this guy's right. Absolutely, he's right. Now, what's going on? So I've dropped everything, come straight to this car, and I loosen these off again, and I start knocking it with a hammer here and pushing there, and it doesn't move. I'm going, what happened? Did they change them? Anyway, so then I loosen it off a bit more, and I get a bit more heavy-handed. I didn't just leave it here against the seal. I got the wooden handle of the hammer and sat it in there, and a fair bit of, a lot. I had to get serious with a big pry bar, and the thing bloody moves. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Very tight to move. I'm like, what's going on there? Obviously, like I said, maybe corrosion, dust. I wouldn't have thought that the elements made this so tight to adjust. So it's really good news that I am finally wrong. And I'm sure I've been wrong plenty of times, but we've identified the first time I was ever wrong. No, just joking again, another bad joke. But I still don't know if this one's adjustable. So what did I do? I took the screws out, I sprayed some inox in there, I tried to knock it around, I put it back on, and I'm trying to lever this one. This one I can't say moved, so I don't think this one's adjustable, but I could be wrong. This one 100% adjustable, so if you needed a little bit more closing pressure on your door like this one did, although it had no issues recently since I put the new striker and the Kaon, it's the bit of plastic on the other side here, right, which you got to adjust it right, because that bit of plastic there, it's quite solid compared to the other one. You might not like it. I actually don't mind it because it's a nice tight fit holding the door really securely, which is what I want. The other thing I don't like, the way these fill up with dust and dirt. They're exposed to all your dust and dirt on your trip, so not ideal. So maintenance, compressed air, that sort of thing. But the good news is I was able to tap that in a little bit. While I had these loose, I absolutely gave that a fair smashing in there. I don't know if it's because I bent that in a little bit or what, but it's certainly improved, because when I moved that back, of course, the door wouldn't shut then because it's hitting this stopper. So you've got to understand that these work in conjunction with each other, and this one might not be adjustable. So you've got to adjust this one to suit that one, if that makes sense. So you set this thing up, you go, yep, happy days. If you want the door to close in a bit further, you might need to get rid of the K-on bit of plastic that you put in there. I hope you kept the old one. I might go looking for mine and see what it's like. It closes, but you've got to keep your hand on the door here. Not a big deal. You just got to keep your hand on to close it all the way. So not slam it, because it'll still just maybe bounce back. It's a matter of keeping your hand, look, the same way as you taught the kids closing the car door. Keep your hand on the door handle all the way in. Don't slam it hard, but it just needs that weight behind it to make sure it clicks shut properly the first time. Anyway, good news, it is adjustable, but it could be very sticky, so there's no need to manufacture one of these, any of that. They are adjustable, and yeah, that's the sort of gap I reckon. Estimate 4mm gap from the headlight to there. Let me know in the comments, what's your gap from your striker, measure it if you like, to the back of the tail light, because I reckon they're all going to be pretty similar. And it's certainly pulling in tighter than it did before, even with the K-on plastic on it. Anyway, hey, credit where credit's due. I was wrong, John Doe was right. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey John, let us know your name and whatever next time. Tell me your name or I'll post your phone number all over the internet. No, of course I wouldn't do that, but yeah, bada bing, bada boomski. I was wrong, John was right, and bada bing. It's time to close the door and see if it works, eh? Let's see what happens. So what I mean by keeping your hand on the door is just go like that. See, it's shut. It's shut. The material here, it's kind of like nice and flush. Mate, the door might even be slightly lower. It is, it's slightly lower than the material underneath the light. Beautiful, and of course, it opens up again. But here it's got that nice firm click, and if you just kind of go softly like that, it's not going to shut. You're going to be doing it twice. That's what I'm saying. You just got to have a little bit more weight behind it. Well, that time, about that much, right? Because I'm closing it from a very short distance, not much momentum or weight behind it. So from shutting it all the way, it'll be fine. It's beautiful. I'm happy with that. That's the video. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you in the next one. See ya.